What's up, guys? The Twiz here, and I'm just making this video just to kind of talk about my history with movies and why I love movies so much, just the passion behind it and all that kind of stuff. Ever since I could remember, I was just in love with movies. When I was a kid, I wasn't able to watch I watched a lot of kids movies, but I wasn't watching a lot of stuff that maybe my friends were watching. My parents wouldn't let me watch a lot of PG-13 stuff until I was older, or even rated R stuff especially. But there were always things that I wish that I could have watched. And now growing up, like, there are movies from the 90s that are staples that I never got around to watching. I mean, I did watch a lot of TV. Nickelodeon was my main gig when I was a kid, and obviously I have a wealth of knowledge about that area. But as far as movies go, I've been playing a lot of catch up into my adult life just from movies when I was a kid. I've always kind of had an envious feeling towards my friends who grew up with a lot of these movies. And I remember there's this Disney Channel original movie called Phantom of the Megaplex that came out in like 2001 maybe, and it was about these people's love for movies and movies that came out. And I remember watching that wishing, man, like, I wish I was that fluent in movies, whether it be past or future. And obviously so I started making it my goal to watch a lot of movies, as many as I could. I mean, when you're 12 years old, there's only so many movies you can watch, especially back in the early 2000s. You didn't have streaming services like you do now, or even like any way besides Blockbuster or buying movies to watch. So I made it my goal to watch as many as I could. And then when I got into college, I realized that there are all these movies that had already come out, but if I only watch older movies, then there are new movies that come out that I'm missing out on. So I decided that I was just gonna watch every movie that I could possibly watch in theaters back then, probably around 2008. And then in 2010, I made it my New Year's resolution to watch every wide release movie in theaters that year. And so that's what I did, and I did it. There were 140 movies that came out that year, and I watched every single one. All my money in college basically went to movies, especially in 2010. I feel like as in the last 10 years or so, I've seen a majority of the movies in theaters, at least before my son was born a year and a half ago. After that, it gets really hard to see movies in theaters. But before that, my wife and I were watching every movie that was in theaters. And I mean, we could tell you about tons of movies that came out between like 2009 to 2016, 17. Yeah, it was crazy. And now I'm at a point in my life where I'm really, especially not being able to watch movies as much in theaters, I'm starting to watch more movies at home, and kind of like stuff from the 80s, stuff from the 90s, stuff that I didn't watch growing up, and just cinema classics that I never got around to watching before. So I kind of wanted to go on this journey and start talking about movies more and documenting my reviews in a video format. I have a blog. I'll post a link to that down below. But I've run the blog since 2010. When I had that New Year's resolution, I was blogging about every movie. I want to now start talking about movies and do like video reviews and just kind of do like weekly recaps or whatever, kind of playing this by ear and seeing what happens. So yeah, I hope you guys join me in this journey. I also collect physical media too. I have like 400 plus DVDs and I want to say 450-ish VHS tapes. I love collecting physical media. I collect CDs and records too. As you can see, I collect a lot of stuff, but we'll get to that at a different time. But right now, I just wanted to talk about movies and my love for movies and where that came from. And I've never really put it on wax before, so I figured, why not just do it now? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy what's to come and everything that I talk about, and I will see you in another video. Bye.